Hand clap to the massive, guys. We are definitely back again for another reaction on this Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up the Mystelics family for tuning in to yet another reaction video. And of course, the newcomers out there, big up yourself as well for tuning into this year reaction video. Of course, this is where I tend to react to a number of videos taking place where in Dominica, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world by extension. So if you've not done so, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. This is pretty much a rhetoric right there, brothers and sisters. You definitely gonna get vibrations. Click all when you subscribe and click the bell. Of course, when you click the bell, they'll have a little pop-up thing coming up. Click all, guys, so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through right there and then. Anyways, guys, this video has been sent to me a number of times, and including that of one of the groups that I've been they actually sent me the link, but I actually have the video of this right there. And of course, this is where the Prime Minister is having his speech, brothers and sisters. If not CBI, what else? That's not the speech, you know, guys, but that's what the Prime Minister is pretty much reiterating, the what else part of things, and of course trying to reintegrate agriculture into the Caribbean. I think this is one of the things that they actually had a meeting for AGRI-INVESTMENT forum and expo. And of course, we know Dominica is definitely, if you like I said before, if you talk to any economist in Dominica and they tell you what is the way forward for Dominica, they'll tell you agriculture. And of course, the Prime Minister some time back stated, if not CBI, what else? Even though agriculture was there, and apparently it seems like we didn't see agriculture. We was blind, man. We was blind, man. We had cataract in our eyeballs, man. Brothers and sisters, we couldn't see properly. But no, we realized that, you know, since CBI is being affected right there, we can actually see what else right there. The Prime Minister, of course, had a number of things to say at that EXPO, that AGRI-INVESTMENT forum and expo vibrations that took place in Guyana. And of course, this is what you have to see right there. Let's see if we can get, okay, we can get it right there. Boom, bang. Volume ups and everything. A volume wonderfulness. All right, let's get it, man.
I wanted to allow one of my delegation members to speak on my behalf, because I brought with me two farmers from my country as part of my delegation.
Interesting.
One is a very strong supporter of mine, and one did not vote me in the last election.
Let's go back again.
Delegation members to speak on my behalf.
So you wanted some delegation members to speak on his behalf, even though all the prime ministers were speaking as well. I guess it's not sooner. You come inside there, bro. You have to speak. The other prime minister speak. You want somebody else to speak for you? Come on. I don't find that makes any sense. But I realize, from my own thought process, I think that because he realizes all the prime ministers are actually speaking, he decided to go up and speak himself. Because he just stated that right there, you know. He just stated that right there. Let's take a listen.
I wanted to allow one of my delegation members to speak on my behalf.
See?
Because I brought with me two farmers from my country as part of my delegation. One is a very strong supporter of mine, and one did not vote me in the last election.
I don't think no farmer should vote you at all. No farmer should vote you at all, because it's clear that you've destroyed farming in Dominica. Agriculture, you've destroyed it. Irrevocably destroyed it. So I don't think no farmer should come and support you. I don't understand what farmers supporting you for. I don't know, but hey, I guess that's how it is sometimes.
But they're two very productive farmers. And I want to say to us that we have the capacity and the ability to supply ourselves within the region with a lot of what we need to consume.
Indeed.
And some of my colleagues would have alluded to some of the challenges that we face. The reality is, I cannot understand why is it that I'm able to export avocados to Europe and North America, but I cannot export it to some Caribbean countries.
Interesting.
And I can understand how we put ginger, which is such a high demand to help fight COVID-19, but we cannot supply the region. You
want to know why? Well, I think it has a lot to do with marketing and the government's ability to market to other Caribbean islands what they actually have. I think that is a that is the spot right there. They're not marketing it to the rest of the Caribbean. They're not doing proper marketing at all. Who is the Minister of Marketing there? Exactly. So if that is the case, brothers and sisters, we know about Dennis Charles, I think, is tourism. We know she just let me continue. Every time I think of that girl, I just vex. I just get vexed, you know. I just vex, man. Because she pretending as if she doing so much, she not doing nothing at all. Nothing she doing. When ideas come up from other people, like, hey, let's build aerial tram, let's do this, bring JetBlue or whatever is American Airlines, Dominica and whatnot. First person to come up and give, hey guys, we have initiated something wonderful in Dominica. Here we go. What you've done. I hate incompetence, boss. Anyways, let's continue.
But we can send it out to Europe and out to North America. So the reality is, they act to transform agriculture and give farmers that comfort and that confidence that they so need is within our hands.
Indeed, but the thing is, we never pushed it forward. We never saw it as a way, hey guys, we can mobilize the farmers, we can mobilize agriculturalists out there, all the individuals involved in the agricultural sector, young and old, mobilize them and say, hey guys, what can we do? Which Caribbean islands need what? There's none of this. Everything was pretty much focused on CBI. And it's not like it's coming back to the people. It's already people are saying, hey guys, okay, we can be part of the CBI force to do this and this and that, this and that. Whereas in agriculture, you can say you can do this and that, this and that. But since that is not the case, how else we expect more people to know about what's going on, especially in the Caribbean? Let's go.
And I think we need to, as part of the process of advancing this very lofty and welcome initiative led by the President of Guyana, of which I am in total and absolute support of, I think we need to itemize the actions we need to take and take them.
I know why Guyana is doing this, because Guyana is set to be one of the countries that's going to be elevating very fast. I have one of my cousins, husband, where's my cousin-in-law, I guess you can call that. But he's from Guyana, and he usually tells me about the different things that is happening in Guyana, because Guyana is poised to take over the Caribbean, so to speak, when it comes down to these kind of things. And he himself is heavily invested. Even the United States, Kamala and all the others, they are also trying their best to see how they can, big up the place. Guyana. Anyways, let's continue.
And take them. Because if we're to allow CARICOM or people or ordinary folks to feel that they're part of an integration process, farmers and fisher folk, they must be able to benefit from that process.
I agree, but it's not them that have to reach out to you, you'd have to reach out to them and say, hey guys, this is what we have, this is what we're presenting. We have gingers, we have these things, what do you guys want? What do you guys want us to supply? I think that's how things happen. True or false?
And the reality is, in my country, we can supply the region with a wide variety of crops.
Of course, we are in the middle of the Caribbean. We can supply the whole Caribbean with agriculture. That is our main thing. Just like Dice said, how in a land with land, soil, sun, and water, we abandoning agriculture. I don't understand this craziness. Anyways, let's continue already.
At affordable prices. And to safeguard the health of the region.
True.
And it's all of this extra regional agricultural produce with also chemicals in it, causing a lot of health problems we have in the region today. CNC, that
guys, the video is kind of choppy here, so yeah.
We're scared of COVID-19. We should be really scared in the Caribbean of diabetes and hypertension.
Yeah, why do we have these things? Why do we have diabetes and hypertension and these kind of things? I don't get it. We are the nature island of the Caribbean. We have diabetes. We have hypertension. What? So we're probably not utilizing our resources. We're probably utilizing what is overseas, which most likely I presented to you guys yesterday how much we're importing. Our exports itself is $18 million in 2021. Our imports was $203 million. Let that sink in. So that's why we have the problems that we have, because we're not actually utilizing our own thing, much less to then say, hey guys, we see a remedy there, let us sell it to the rest of the Caribbean.
And then we have a high incidence of obesity in the region.
That I can't understand. Dominica full of, oh, you mad. And they're proud, they're proud to be fat. Nothing between consuming the fire. But anyways, that's another thing. Anyways, let's continue right there. Guys, being fat is not a good thing, no? I know how society try to make you, oh, it's a self-worth and everything. Brothers and sisters, how can you have self-worth when the very thing that you are trying to have worth in is destroying your own self? Help me understand that, brothers and sisters, because I can't understand that. You seen people big boned, they call themselves big boned, their bone not big, you know. But they calling themselves big boned. And across the Caribbean, how on earth do we have a set of fat people? Hey. Well, then again, I suspect when it came down to the initiative or the bringing in of junk food and hey, let's get KFC and whatnot. I asked people in BrBpTV, well, I was asking a friend of mine about the different things that the Caribbean has. I was actually done by in Lago there, talking to some individuals. And we were talking about what Dominica has versus the Caribbean. Trinidad has certain spots, they have some doubles and whatnot they're talking about. Then you have Barbados a chef at Grenada, have some other spots. But it's all junk food. It's junk food. And then we import in KFC and McDonald's and all kind of crap. And we're not exercising, we're going to sleep on the fatness that we're eating. And some of us just eat it in the night time and then we're going to sleep on full fat. Ay. That is something else. But anyways, guys, before I think, let me continue. Guys, we're not supposed to we need to take care of ourselves, man. It's not about looking down on people and saying, boy, you're fat. Stop your fat ways. No, it's not about that. Although you need to say stop your fat, the dirty ways, you know. Because that's not a good thing. It don't matter how much time people try to tell you, oh man, you say, oh look at Miss Thing fat. No, it's not good. It's not good, brothers and sisters.
So this initiative is not only about economics, it's also about
health,
the well-being, the welfare of every citizen in the Caribbean region. We as governments, we speak about helping farmers.
Kerry, come on, you know you don't help farmers in Dominica. You know this. Farmers have been complaining about feeder roads and this kind of things here. In Dominica, look at you. Talk about helping farmers outside, but inside your own country, that's not what you're doing. Agriculture died under you. Under you die. And you can't tell me it's because of different diseases and whatnot. St. Lucia, them selling out their stuff. St. Vincent selling out their stuff. How come we in the middle of the Caribbean, we're supposed to be the food basket of the Caribbean? We can produce all kind of things and distribute all kind of products as a result of our produce. And here you are talking about helping farmers, boss. All right then.
But in the process of attracting jobs in the tourism industry, we give concessions to these hotels to import food from outside the region. Can we not address this and say, let us first buy from your country, and that which you can't find from your country, you can...
At least I can say, okay, that is what is happening in Dominica. But then again, it's from certain ministers of government, apparently. The ministers of government get the precedence over the normal people. I had this conversation on top of mountain already with some Rastas who are heavily involved in agriculture. And you guys probably saw it. Anyways, that's probably on the membership blog. But was having this conversation about this very thing, and they told me it's the ministers that take precedence. So the ministers then do their own agriculture, then they sell to the markets. If they don't have it, then the additional people who tends to do these things, they get the gigs. But the ministers them get it first. In Dominica, that happened, you know. In Dominica.
And find it from a brother or sisterly country within CARICOM. And so we have to remove all of these fictitious impositions that we put in. All hide on the phytosanitary conditions and this and that. These are all just, unnecessary actions that we take. And so I speak on behalf of the farmers. Access to farm labor to move within the region. But we're sending farm workers to Canada every year. And so we're helping the agriculture, we're helping the economy, But within our region, we cannot help each other by allowing farm workers to move freely within our region.
Why do you think that is? Why do you constantly send farm workers to Canada for 6 months, every 6 months, for them to be picking apple and this kind of things there, for them to then produce that surplus for the people? But in the Caribbean, we cannot do that. Maybe because they're paying them well overseas and they're not paying them well here. That could be. What are your thoughts, guys?
And so I'm really here to speak on behalf of the farmers. I'm a farmer myself. I am completely self-sufficient.
I thought you were destroying your farmland for you to build another mansion in Dominica.
I eat fruits every day, and every one of them come from my farm, grown by me.
They're not grown by you, sir. They're grown by the people that working on the farm.
And so I speak here, my Prime Minister, St. Vincent's there, and St. Lucia, and Grenada, the Widow Island. We have the capacity to supply a significant amount of food to the region.
To the world.
And we need to work together. We need to allow our produce to come in freely on unfettered manner, and allow the ordinary folks within the Caribbean to feel for the first time the true benefits of the integration. We have made a lot of good things happen within the Caribbean.
True, we had a lot of good things happening in Dominica when it comes down to agriculture. But you were the one killing it in Dominica, eh? You were the one killing it in Dominica, and here you are in a meeting, a public meeting, talking about elevating for agriculture. It's interesting, the irony.
But the ordinary folks, the farmers, the fishermen, this would help our economy so dramatically. So dramatically. And this is why I'm here, President Ali in Guyana, to register Dominica's firm support for this initiative. And if we miss this opportunity, as we did with the AGRI initiative, and AGRI worked on this diligently for many years, and we failed to take the action. This has been precipitated, this current program has been precipitated by the challenges brought on by COVID-19 and the supply of food. So let us not let this opportunity that has been brought up by us by a crisis to elude us. We have our students here. I am very concerned about the future, where food security is concerned.
So we could have been on that 20 years ago. Hey, Prime Minister, what are you thinking? But you yourself said, if not CBI, what else? It's interesting when you tell people these things there. They don't want to worry if you and whatnot. Then couple years later, few years later down the road, they come in and bring back the very thing that you have been telling them to take serious. Agriculture. We could have taken agriculture seriously. Exporting water, exporting food, exporting these things. Boosting up the people in Dominica for them to want to come back to Dominica and make something out of themselves when it comes down to agriculture. Then creating factories and all this kind of something there. Creating our own fertilizers as a result. Within the nature of the Caribbean, we mean you can't create our own fertilizers. Nonsense, man. Anyways, let's continue.
If we do not concretize the recommendations in this 25 by 2025 and beyond initiative, and we as current leaders, I believe there is the political will to allow it to happen. The private sector must come on board and not display, a rush to profits and believing that you can get cheaper produce from outside in larger quantities and you flood the markets. No, let us allow everybody to survive within our Caribbean space. And the farmers need that. We can supply you one. These two farmers alone can supply you for a significant amount of supply within the region. And then if you add me to the mix, you can understand, And we have Farmer Brown from Antigua. So I want to thank you.
Which Farmer Brown that?
I want to commend the leadership of Guyana. I remember back in the 80s, we had a small spar between Eugenia Charles and Forbes Burnham over rice and over soaps. And Eugenia Charles told Forbes Burnham, you could, baby, if you're right, we have excellent relations with the leadership of Guyana and the people of Guyana, and we look forward to working with you, President Ali, to realizing this tremendous effort that you're putting into one of the most important sectors in our Caribbean, agriculture and food production. And so let us all join forces. Let us all join forces to make this happen. It's not going to happen only because of us, and it's not going to happen by us only as political leaders in this country or these islands. Every one of us, or the consumers, we cannot, as consumers, talk about agriculture, what government is doing for agriculture, and then we take our trolleys and we go to the supermarkets and we look for the foreign produce. That we believe that the beef coming from elsewhere is not comparable to the beef coming from Guyana. So if each of us here and those who are listening to us, the millions who are listening to us in the Caribbean region, were to make a decision today that we're supporting Caribbean produce, we will solve our problem.
I agree. But it still comes back to me thinking about you, Prime Minister. How have you supported the people in agriculture in Dominica? I am for everything the Prime Minister just said there, you know, guys. But his actions doesn't match his words when it comes down to Dominica itself. Look at agriculture. How we talking so nice about the agriculture there, and in Dominica agriculture not doing the best. We have dwindled. Oh, well, you don't even know. $18 million, we guys. 18 million, and we importing $203 million last year.
We will solve the problem. Notwithstanding, and then you would put political pressure on these leaders to remove all the barriers that they have in the countries. Because you would be saying to them, I do not want any ginger coming from a country that doesn't have land. I want Dominica ginger. And let us have it recognized on the supermarket shelves. Let's pass regulations to force the supermarkets to put CARICOM produce.
I agree that.
In our government, we have a very firm policy. We support Caribbean goods first and foremost.
As it should be.
We don't buy any rice but the rice that comes from Guyana, our state-owned entity that imports rice. We don't buy any sugar except the sugar that comes from Guyana. That's our policy.
That's how it should be, because America does the same thing. It puts itself first before it gives anybody else. Barbados, I notice, has picked up that ideology as well. Handling for their people first, and then whoever else will think. Canada is the same thing. This is why they bring in Caribbean people in. They handle their thing first, and then if they need additional workers to come in, then they source from other places. They put their people first, and then bring in other people to facilitate. That's how it should always be. That's one of the reasons why I think Donald Trump was for America. He handled for his people first, and then whoever else can think, then they come afterwards. A country should put its citizens first. That's how it always should be. But when it comes down to Dominica, the question is, does Dominica put its citizens first? Well, hopefully after this thing, he'll change his dirty ways and realize, hey, let's put our citizens first. Because apparently it's the foreigners that taking all the jobs in Dominica. Look at construction. Who handling most of the construction gigs in Dominica? Not the foreigners? I mean, come on. The proof is in the pudding, you know.
We don't buy any flour except the flour that comes from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Even if sometimes the price is high. Well, we are cushioned because we understand if we can keep the dollars in the Caribbean region, it's going to benefit Dominica eventually.
What is it there?
And if we can keep the dollars in the Caribbean region, it's going to benefit Dominica eventually. And if each of us adopt that attitude, then our presence here in Guyana going forward would be a great success. Thank you very much, and God bless all of us.
It was a good speech. But, like I said before, the Prime Minister likes to say a lot of things that a song's nice and all this thing there. Yes, definitely. But when it comes down to reality, it's debatable. It's very much debatable. But what he says, I do agree. I agree with him. I agree with the Prime Minister right there. But when it comes down to actuality, he doesn't do what you're saying, buddy. You didn't do what you say. So, just like the airport, everything he says there, we'll see how that works when he comes back to Dominica. How well they do for agriculture. It's not just talking overseas because you're in a forum and you have to talk nice. Let's talk nice, man. It's actually doing the work and letting the citizens actually see that you're actually doing the work that you say you've been doing, that you speak about. It's not just talking. Some of us like to just blah, 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 blah. And nothing comes from it. Nothing at all. So guys, what are your thoughts on the whole situation right there? I was gonna do another different video, a whole other video instead, but this one took my eyesight, man. This one took my what do you call that again? My priority. This one took my vibe, man. I don't know, this one took my vibe, what? Anyways, this one took my priority for a reaction today, so that's why I did this one right there. Tune in for another vibrations, guys. Don't forget to download the app. The app, of course, will be the first comment in the comment box below. Like I said before in previous reactions, definitely download that so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. A number of videos across the scope, Mystelics verse into one app right there. You can definitely go through and enjoy the different content that is on the app, as well as the latest updates and stuff. So anyways, guys, with all that said, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get more videos as they tend to come through. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom bang.